My first guest is best known for playing the young version of the lead character Andy on ABC's popular show, Station 19. But just a little over a year ago, a freak accident changed her life.
I went outside to go on the swings with my grandpa. He swung me once and I was fine, and then he swung me a second time. The swing was in the ceiling by like a nail that had like a circle at the end of it, and it like fell out, and so it went into the back of my head.
And I just heard my dad yell, "Call 911." And she had lost this part of her head.
When I was in the ambulance on the way to the hospital, I coded out 2 times. I remember I said, "I think I'm gonna die," and then I coded out. And then again I said, "I think I'm gonna die," to the paramedic. "Please don't let me die." And then again I coded out.
Oh my goodness, please welcome Lalia Susini and her mother, Stacy. Please welcome them to the topic. Hello. Oh my goodness. Oh, have a seat. Hey, hi, Stacy. Hi, have a seat. Of course, I'm studying you top to bottom to see you. You look great. How do you feel?
I'm feeling good.
Wow. You're a miracle.
Only Lalia.
Only Lalia. You are a miracle. Stacy, take me back to that day. It sounds, from what I heard and read, just a routine day for you all.
So she's already told me I'm not allowed to cry, so I'm going to skim over everything.
You can't be on the show unless you cry, Lalia. That's one of the rules, and you are worth crying tears of joy over.
It was just a normal day. It was during COVID, so we're doing Zoom classes. She came downstairs. She was playing on a new swing her little brother just got for his birthday. Did a couple swings with her grandpa. Just a perfect day by any means. I was doing laundry, so I saw her go back. She was smiling. Then I saw her again, and she looked at me like I had done something wrong. So I put down the laundry basket because it just didn't seem right, and then her grandpa started yelling, "Call 911." So I told you I wasn't.
Aww.
So I ran out, and yes, we needed 911 right away. Then everything went positive after that. So we had the best paramedic in the world show up. He has 20 years experience, got there, knew exactly what needed to be done, knew exactly what hospital, what doctor, everybody.
When she was on the swing, though, and you can see her, and you described that look of something wrong, how did you process it?
I don't think I did. People have asked me how I felt that day. I can't even put words to it. It's surreal. It's not a happy feeling. It's not a sad feeling. It's kind of an out of body. It's not you. You're thinking, this isn't my situation. This can't be happening.
Lalia, what's your first memory of what was going wrong?
Well, I didn't really remember falling. I just remember waking up on the ground to my mom looking really freaked out, and they're on the phone with 911. And it all went really fast for me, and I just remember that she called 911. I heard like the sirens, and she was like, "Help's here." And then they took me downstairs, and I looked back and saw my little brothers crying. Oh. Yeah, and it went so fast. I don't remember it like 100%, but I remember it.
The scene itself, I mean, you talk about the paramedic coming in and kind of really controlling it, but I think as a parent, anybody, your fear is that the smallest thing will turn into a dangerous thing. She's on a swing. You know, she's not doing something risky. She's on a swing.
And that's what makes it so heartbreaking, because not only should this never have happened to an adult, it never should have happened to a kid, but it could happen to you tomorrow. It's just something you would never think of. She is a BMX racer. She's a skateboarder. Those are areas I expect her to get hurt in. And she has. She's broken a nose. She's broken knees, all kinds of things in those, as expected. But this is something that never should have happened.
Physically, what were you looking at, her condition, when you looked at her?
Well, the swing was still in her head, because when the thing came out, it turned around almost like a bullet and went in there. So I knew not to touch anything, even though...
So you instinctively knew not to touch anything?
Yeah, I mean, just watching enough TV, I've learned, and even on her show, watching it. But talking with a 911 operator who was actually a paramedic, he walked me through everything in a very calm way, kept me calm. I wasn't excited. I wasn't screaming. I wasn't crying. He was like, this is what we're going to do. Just kind of a matter of fact. I said, I think she just had a stroke. He said, okay, well, then we're going to do this.
What made you think she'd had the stroke?
Everything dropped on her left side. So even when she was asking me what was wrong, she couldn't even really talk. Like, it was down. And then she couldn't move. And trying to get up, she didn't move that left side. She was just moving the right. So I knew, like, right then.
Okay, your no cry warning is not it's just unimaginable that you are still sitting here and smiling and healthy. Before the break, Stacey, you were saying you could tell that Lalia had suffered a stroke when you got to the hospital, and that was the official conclusion that the damage had partially paralyzed her, right?
Yes. And she had the stroke while we were still at the home. So when we arrived, we had a couple of hiccups on the way because she had lost so much blood. They call it a bleed out.
Wow.
So when we got there, on the way there, we knew right when we got there, we'd have to have a blood transfusion. So we had 2 blood transfusions before we could even go back. They started on us right in the garage, but Cedars got us through, got everything going. We met some incredible doctors along the way and just made all the difference. We had one doctor, Dr. Daniel Poor is the one that saved her life, but another trauma doctor in there. He does neck down. He stayed the full 5 hours with her because he said he just felt a connection and didn't want to leave.
Your mother has said of you, Lalia, that you stayed positive the entire time. When they told you the news that you were partially paralyzed, I mean, you're a kid, you're 12. How did you not freak out?
Well,
What were your words?
I was like, so they're like, you might not walk again, you might not run again, you might not do like any of that. And in my mind, I said, like, when they said you're not gonna walk again, I was like, I am gonna walk again, and I am gonna run again, and I am gonna fight again.
Oh my gosh, and that's you in the hospital walking again. How long did it take for you to be able to walk and get to that stable point?
Not that long, about 2 months.
2 months? Oh my gosh. You are a tough cookie, let me tell you. I know it motivated you to help others. And so as you were recovering, you were thinking, what can I do to help other kids, to help other people? And you came up with a phenomenal idea.
Yeah. So when in the summer of 2020, me and my best friend Kate came up with the idea of having a clothing line, but we never really went through with it. And then when I got out of the hospital, I remember when I was in the hospital, I needed special sweaters because I had a cast on my arm, I had PICC lines, I had IVs. So like, you can't wear a sweatshirt because you have all that on your arm. Yeah. And so Kate's dad and SF had samples, and I could wear them because it had one side. And so when I got out of the hospital, we made a clothing line, me and my best friend Kate. And then throughout it, I was like, well, why don't we make an adaptive line so we can help other kids who went through or are going through an
That's so sweet. So when they have IVs or injuries, you can still wear cool clothes, but that are accommodating of what you need, particularly the equipment. I think that's phenomenal. And you have your other line, was it late clothing?
Yeah.
Which is what we have here.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So this sweatshirt is actually really cool because this comes out December 3rd, and it's actually a limited edition. And what's cool about it is it has 4 basketball players' hands on it, as you see saying love. The first one is Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
The second one is Luca, I don't know how to say his last name, Denici. Third one is Chris Paul, and the last one is Kobe Bryant.
Oh. And this is awesome, and I told you earlier I want to get one of these sweatshirts for my son, but what is the big message that you want people to understand and get from your journey and even what you've created after?
Yeah, well, I don't know. When I was in the hospital, I didn't want to sit in a hospital gown all day and feel sad, so I feel like I'd rather be stylish and wear what I want to wear in the hospital. But I think you just have to be positive about it and always know that there's like a good outcome. from working hard.
And I asked you how you felt now and how you feel. Do you want to get back, you know, I know you're acting again. BMX, your mom said you were doing all of these things and flips. I would not let you if I were your mom, but I'm not the mom here. So are you getting back into all the fun stuff you did before?
Well, a couple months ago, I actually rode a bike again for the first time.
Aww.
Yeah. So I hopefully will get back into it soon.
Track, she started back up already.
Running track?
Uh-huh.
I mean, when you look at this child that is yours, but also just a remarkable human, I know your heart has to burst with pride.
I wouldn't expect anything more from her, though, or less from her, though. That's her. That's from the moment we have one shirt that she named Nope, because when the doctor was like, how do you feel about this, about being in a wheelchair, she said, nope.
Nope. Well, you are inspiring. To see that you survived the unimaginable, the unthinkable is inspiration to all of us. Thank you so much for joining us today. Oh my gosh.